Zach changed spark plugs for us because I didn't want to.
We're just checking to make sure the spark is still dialed.
Yeah, it's sparking.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. What do we have? Zach Hunt said you were a pro mod.
Pro mod.
Because
And
roll cage repairs.
It adds at least 200 horsepower.
how much?
At least 200.
Okay, so what do we got going on with this thing today?
We changed the spark plug.
Yeah, Zach changed spark plugs for us because I didn't want to.
We're just checking to make sure the spark is still dialed.
It's sparking.
I'm probably going to get some backlash from this, but it's not a LT1 with OptiSpark. So if a certain person watches this video, Jonathan, you know, LT1 guy, yeah, everybody knows Grub Worm. He's liable to get on me a little bit, but yeah, no OptiSpark. No. So change the spark plugs, in for tune, and this guy,
he's about to have a pro mod. He said he's coming.
This Coyote guy right here. Coyote guy.
Yeah.
So you want to give us any insight on that right there?
Can't give out too many secrets.
Can't give out what?
Too many secrets.
We can just say if a certain blue car pissed you off, this one's gonna piss you off even more.
So basically it's copy, paste, duplicate, print.
Except, hey, he may have overdrive, so we don't know yet.
I don't know. Street car.
So we're going to tune this thing today, and what's the plans? Are you going to pull it as it sets or try to?
I tried to. There's a few things that are a little off with the car, like there's some vacuum ports uncapped and stuff, so check over everything, make sure it's safe to pull it. Don't want to hurt anything.
I'm going to say this, some of you people out there may recognize this car. Robbie Royal used to be the owner of this car. I know Tick helped him do a lot of work. Steven at Rock Solid helped him do some work and stuff on the front end. And yes, this car is still around, and it's been good to you so far.
It's been good.
It's been real good to you so far. You've been able to do some racing with it as it sets. So now, like I said, in for the tune, going over everything, trying to see what you can gain a little bit, you know. But you have done some front side running with it and put down a pretty decent number.
Decent.
So you've got something to work with. You got a baseline. Hopefully we get a baseline with the horsepower here if it looks good as far as through the RPM. If it's unsafe, obviously he's going to let out.
Yep.
So we'll let this guy start his keyboard in there and make some pulls and come back to you and see what you think after it's all done.
Yep. Let's do it.
Look over here. Say something for YouTube.
Hi to all of our fans.
Hi to what?
To the fans.
To the fans,
Hi to the people.
the people.
To the people. Your people.
We are recording for YouTube.
We're recording, trying to make some pulls here. It ain't working.
And we're
What are you doing? Sniffing brake cleaner?
tell them.
You sniffing brake cleaner?
No, I'm trying to clean grease off the. No, I'm trying to split white grease off the windshield or the glass because Trevor, he had grease on his hands and thinks to grab the window when we're swapping to my manual rolling windows, and he grabbed them and now there's grease all over them.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to clean that off.
Well, we've got a few pulls made. We will show everybody. Robbie's making some adjustments. We'll let the car cool off. You know, like I said, a few pulls, 3 or 4 pulls right there. So far, what do you think?
It's got potential, but we're working a few problems out right now. There's a few things we found and we're working on, but
Robbie's gonna look at a couple things and probably make a few more pulls. And like I said, so far, you know, it's pretty good. A couple things in question. Like I said, if we find something here in the next few minutes, next few pulls, we'll start going over the car and trying to address anything we can find or any potential issues we see. But other than that,
it made decent power
yeah,
for what boost it made.
Yeah, it was what, 8-9 pounds of boost,
Yeah, something like that.
and it
Pretty
made
decent.
okay. Made okay. I know he's talking about going up a little. You know, obviously we're going to try to go up on a boost. What's the target he's shooting for? 20, 25 pounds of boost total,
Yeah,
maybe.
at least 25.
Okay. So theoretically, in our minds, and the build of the motor, the turbos, the boosts, you should see that 4-digit number pretty easy.
Yeah.
So I say we get over here and let him. He's over jaw jacking now, something he's good at.
Work his magic over
Yeah, work his magic on it and make a few more pulls, and we'll go from there.
See what we can do.
Okay, so as Cody said, you worked your magic. He had to go, so you were kind of finished up to a certain. You kind of got limited to where you could go with the car right there.
Yeah. Wastegates ain't wastegating. Basically what's going on.
They're not pinned shut for sure, are they?
They pinned shut this time. By accident.
Yeah. What do we end up boost right there when you quit?
It was creeping up to about 15 and was trying to get only 10. So, I mean, it creeped up, but I didn't see it for a long time, so it didn't really reflect on the power numbers. But the last pull is going to add about 5 more pounds of dome pressure and try to make, you know, about 15, 20 pounds from 18 or so. And it actually, we had an overboost set up for around 20, 22 pounds just in case it went over, because we don't know on the fuel map yet up there. And made a pull, got about 5,800 RPMs, and it just completely shut off. So I figured it either blew a boot, hit boost cut or something. And sure enough, it did. Look back at the log, and when boost cut caught it, it basically pinned the gate shut to about 35 pounds. Everything looked good fuel-wise, so I mean, don't think anything's hurt. We made a couple more pulls afterwards, just trying some things with the wastegate dump tubes, you know, maybe take them off and trying to see if it, you know, helped it clear out and help the, you know, the exhaust get out. But Still did the same thing that way, kind of creeping on the same path on lower dome pressure. So I think what's going on is the wastegates are not really in an ideal location of flow, or they may just be too small. Like on my car, I was running 44s, and it would make, big power, and the boost was very controllable. But it's just kind of the engine platforms and stuff's a lot different. The way the exhaust systems are built. I mean, there's all kinds of variables. So I think we're gonna step them up to some 50mm gates. Probably Turbo Smarts. We just know that brand works good. I mean, there's other brands you can buy, but I've had issues with some of them sticking before. And wastegates are kind of a maintenance item, but these new ones have stuck out of the box before. So we, like I say, we've not had issues with Turbo Smarts. So we just stick with those. And I think the 50s with a little bit better exhaust flow in them will make the boost a lot more controllable. Because I mean, it was controllable. I mean, a lot of people that know Cody know he raced the car a bunch before, but he always said when we was at the races and stuff, he's like, it just feels like it falls over after 60 feet. It just lays over. It makes no power. Well, we never really logged the car because, in some of the spots we was at, it's a little sketchy. It's kind of hard to. I'm not saying Cody's a bad driver or nothing. We trust him with driving, but you don't want to really send your laptop with all your, your shop work on it down a road in the event that something happens and all your stuff's going. But we found out that the throttle body port was not capped off. That when they did the spark plug change at Zach's, they didn't find they found the charge pipe wasn't sealed all the way to the throttle body. And then I was making a couple more pulls and noticed the dome pressure was falling off up top. So we did a little bit of a CO2 leak test.
Yeah.
You could hear a massive leak, and it looked like it had a hole in it for probably 4 or 5 months in the CO2 line.
So how much boost was you making right around there? Was it like 8,
He's
9?
been on probably racing. I mean, we was telling it to make 15 on the dome like we're trying to now. So, I mean, probably at most 12. And the car made it was only making like 670, 700 the way the car sits. And, obviously he was told it was supposed to make a lot more power, and I'm sure it did. But as time goes on, heat gets to some of those lines and stuff. And, some people don't know what to look for on a car until they bring it to a shop to get it tuned or whatever, and then you find out.
So what I was saying right there is when it's making 8, 9 pounds of boost, and kind of a CO2 issue right there. So y'all found that line.
Yeah, if he was picking on him before, I don't know if I'd pick on him now, because the car sounds totally different, just even at the lower boost levels, coming up into boost with all the issues fixed.
Right. No, I was me and Cody was talking when you were over here talking, and I kind of said something about, kind of showing the numbers it made so far, and I wasn't, for sure what you wanted to do. The tune is not.
No, it's nowhere near done at this point, but we
What
went to 35 pounds and didn't want to.
Right.
Everything looks good, so I mean, really he could race the car like it is, but it's just always good in a controlled environment where I can see what's going on, as opposed to him trying to watch his dash going down a street in a race or something. It's
right. Issues he could have, and knowing the issues could happen, and send, like I said, sending the car down the street or the track or Mexico or whatever you want to call it, and something does happen.
Wait,
and
track? He don't do no track.
Track?
He ain't going to go. No, you can't get
track.
It.
Well, I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
try. We're gonna work on him. See if we can get.
We were talking track. I know he was really like the ET.
He ain't been there yet, but we're gonna try to get him there.
He likes seeing fast ETs. That's what I was told.
I don't know if it'll go fast. It's LS.
Stop it. Ain't got no what motor in it.
5.0 liter.
Either way, where did we end up boost wise on this car when you quit?
It was making right around 15 pounds, or 12, 15 pounds. It was creeping up to 15, like I said. I mean, it really wasn't reflecting because we was letting off right there. Because, I mean, there's no point in killing it while it's creeping because we know the issue.
And what did we see horsepower wise right there?
It's a little over, well, I think about 850 or something.
Yeah, it was. I think it was over 800.
And that's still pretty low timing. I mean, I ain't even looked at a plug yet, but I mean, we just kind of know what works with that engine set up and kind of started there. And I mean, it's still probably got, I don't know, a few degrees of timing you can put back into it. But the thing is, why kill it with timing when you're not even close to being out of turbo yet?
It's true. Make it up with boost, not timing.
That's my theory. It seems
Seems to
to
be working. I know I asked Cody how long he had had the car. I mean, obviously, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we knew the car, who owned the car previously, and anybody that knows the car and the build that Robbie put into it, you know, he really he spent some money on the car.
Yeah, I mean, even you gotta think back when Cody first got the car. The first time he sent me a tune to help him for a dig race, he always roll raced the car, always. I opened the tune file and it was set up for boost versus time, but it had a ramp in it for like dig racing. And I was like, "You've been roll racing like this?" Yeah, I don't even know how to open the laptop. So, I mean, he's got a big learning curve ahead of him. I think he wants to kind of work on some of his own power management, but he's got a lot of tunes already that we've built to kind of go off of that will work. So, I mean, he should be set up once he gets to my laptop.
Well, he said he's had the car, I think, right around 2 years, maybe 2 years, a little over 2 years right there, and he's not really had to do anything to the car.
Lack
so
of maintenance.
we give him a hard time about lack of maintenance, but honestly, to have the car 2 years and make as many runs as he has and not have to really turn a wrench on it, it's been pretty good to him. So other than that, anything else you want to add about this car? Or
So we'll get the new wastegates and get them put on. I think either Marlin or we may take the car down to 55 and let Jonathan Britt do it if his schedule allows. And then we'll bring it back here, do some final pulls, kind of run it up 25, maybe 30 pounds if we're close to a certain number we want to see, which means dyno numbers don't really win the race, but you know, some people have a goal they want to see and see if we can achieve it. I mean, 30 pounds is usually about where we go on the dyno with most of these setups. I mean, there's not really any point in, you know, ringing the car out on the dyno when you know you're going to go to the track, especially if you know you got enough fuel to go there. You know, you can look at your duty cycle and your fuel pressure and your fuel map and kind of tell if it's going to trend up to, you know, say 40, 45 pounds. It's kind of like 30 pounds is the new normal for everybody anyway. So pretty much that's a good stopping point, because at that point you start getting past, you know, tire limitations, hooking up, and you know, there's people on the internet that'll say, oh, you can go 40 pounds and it'll hook, but I mean, there's no point. I mean, you know, if you can make 40 pounds on the track or on the street, then more power to you. We'll do it there rather than do it on the dyno.
You've seen what 40 pounds will do.
Yeah, we've tried it once or twice.
Once or twice in that one.
See, that's not LS though, so.
Oh, here we go.
So we'll get even more internet people to hate on us for that.
We don't hate. We got
No hate
both
here,
Coyote and
but
LS in here.
We'll
So
just talk about, I mean, that's a stock crank, stock head, stock block. I mean, there's.
I'm not even going to get. I'm not even going to get into that debate with you on this video, because right over there is right over there behind you is what this one's about.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're going to finish it here. Be on the lookout for that car to see the final numbers on it in another video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Watch out for this guy right here and that
5.0 liter.
5.0 liter.
Better watch out.